Ethics by Sarah Wright. This is the capstone project for my psychology of human relations. Ethics and beliefs are some of the most important traits we will learn as children. We watch our elders, learn what we will perceive what is right and wrong from their behaviors. Live so that when your children think of fairness and integrity, they think of you. H. Jackson Brown Jr., an American author. Ethics. Have you ever had to choose between right and wrong? Everyone has and will at some point in their lives. The definition of ethics is a moral principle that governs a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Ethics are standards of right and wrong, good and bad. Ethics are concerned with what one should do to fulfill their own moral duty. You must be able to determine what is right and wrong. There are life choices. You can have honesty, caring and compassion, integrity, and personal responsibilities are all values that can help you behave ethically if and when you are faced with an ethical dilemma in your personal life. Just know that every choice does have a consequence, and during any single year, an estimated 2.1 million youth under the age of 18 are arrested in the United States. Leading the way are parents. Parents have a significant effect on their children's behavior. Teenagers and young children often emulate their parents' behavior, even if they understand that it might not be perfect. I had the chance to interview Rhonda Livingston. She is the owner and operator for the last 20 years of the Ark Daycare. She was quoted saying, "Children must always imitate their parents. They will say and do anything that they have ever seen. I have worked with small children for the past 20 years, and am always intrigued by what a child may say or do. At such a young age, children are very easily impersonable. So this is the time that we should succeed in showing them what lifelong ethical choices can be chosen. It is our key to choose them. Teach them what is right from wrong." Now, teenagers can easily be influenced by friends into situations that might challenge their ethic and moral values. We as parents can only do what we can do. Thus, setting a good example for your children by telling the truth, helping others, and living according to your family values and morals can play a significant role in your child's ethical development and future decision-making abilities. We literally are building their foundation. How does religion shape our views? Religion is one of the more frequently mentioned determinants of the moral values that underpin ethical standards. The major world religions have moral teachings and in various ways indicate disapproval of unethical actions. I was actually raised in a Lutheran home. We were taught love thy neighbor. But as a small child, I was confused when my religion excluded certain people for their different beliefs. I grew up next to a family of two gentlemen that loved themselves and loved each other. I was told to always stay away from their house. I never knew what type of people they were. And my parents discriminated against these two amazing men, all because our religion did not see them as equal. I now know the difference. Religion shapes views, sometimes, and distorts them as well. What influences our choices? There are two main things. Peer pressure. It is an influence from members of one's peer group. Teens today are seeing an increase in pressure from their peers. 28% of kids say that giving into peer pressure helps them move up the social ladder. According to Parent Further, a Search Institute, they did a survey on children with peer pressure. 45% of the teenagers say that peer pressure is a problem, but that most teenagers can and want to deal with it on their own. Nobody wants their parents interacting, or nobody wants their parents stepping in, because when it comes to peer pressure, if you do, it seems to make it worse for the children. Only 10% of those surveyed about peer pressure say they have never been influenced by peer pressure. That's a very low number. Another influence, culture. Culture is seen as the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation of people and other social groups. Their different views on cultures can affect how others communicate, interact, and relate to one another. The many different cultures determine what is appropriate behavior, as some see things that us Americans would see as cruel, as deserving in their culture. It also does, and it affects status and power and how they are allocated. Some cultures see men as morally right and women as women. We shouldn't say much. We don't have much decision or any rights. Remember that the next time when you have an ethical decision on somebody for the different cultural views, it's not something that they want to believe. It was something they were taught to believe. The consequences of our decisions. Doing the right thing will help you show others that it all starts with us. A positive action will set forth the motion of doing good. We may not always see the effect of our own good deeds, but know that kindness, love, and appreciation never go unnoticed. There are many small ways to show compassion, and you'll feel great after doing so. If you choose to do ethically wrong things, you could be ordered to pay a fine, serve jail, or even prison time. Not to mention the disgrace that you may bring to you and your family, depending on your culture. Ways to help impact and make a difference. Volunteer at your local homeless shelter. Being helpful, honest, goes a long way at a homeless shelter. Giving back shows that you want teamwork, community, everybody to come together to make a difference. You could be a big brother or a big sister. There are underprivileged children that don't have fathers, that need father figures, or motherless figures that need mother figures. Maybe somebody just needs a big sister or a big brother to teach them what is right and wrong. Help your neighbors. If you see your neighbor getting out of the car, carrying a child safety seat, as well as groceries, don't turn around and walk away. Do what's right. Help your neighbor. Walk over, grab the groceries in the door for them. Help in the community where you live. You are the beginning. It starts with you. Maybe you don't have a community garden, but would love to see one. Get together with some other folks and start that garden. Be what you want to see. Also, if you plant fruit-bearing trees, you would be able to help the homeless as well. Model the behavior you want to see in the world. It starts with you. In closing, I would like you to all remember that ethics is something that we all have, and to what degree depends on our family values and culture. Just remember, only you can choose to do what is right. It's all up to you.